fast. Lieutenant Earl, open a hailing frequency.
I've been trying to raise them, but there's no response, sir.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Identify yourself. Put them on the view screen. Full magnification.
Aye, aye, sir.
I repeat, identify yourself. What kind of ship is that, Spock?
Fascinating, Captain. It would appear to be an early gas combustion vehicle, at least 200 or 300 years old.
Saturday Night Live and Star Trek, they go perfectly together, and the best, I consider it the best, most fans do, is the original from 1976. Original air date was May 29th, 1976, and it's the best. I think most everyone who sees it agrees that SNL not only captures Star Trek most accurately, but the sketch itself remains the funniest and the coolest and just the most accurate. Any Star Trek fan, you watch that, you're like, they got it right. And of course, the best and most memorable part of the sketch is John Belushi, right? I mean, his incredible take on Captain Kirk. Pretty much everyone agrees Belushi nails it. I don't think anyone's done it better. He nails Shatner's, William Shatner's Kirk's impression, and it really is the anchor of the whole hilarious sketch. I've seen it dozens of times, never get tired of it. So now, you guys know Belushi was a big Star Trek fan, and the guy who wrote it, the sketch writer, Michael O'Donoghue, he wrote it specifically to showcase Belushi's talent as an actor. In fact, if you guys remember the pilot or the first episode of SNL, John Belushi and Michael O'Donoghue open up the first episode, and Belushi's playing like sort of a foreign, an immigrant. He doesn't, speak English well, and Michael O'Donoghue is schooling him, giving him a little English lesson, and then he sort of kills over dead, and Belushi sort of, mimics him. It's great, and so that's who wrote the sketch, Michael O'Donoghue. So now there are so many trivia, factoids and trivia elements. I was wading through a bunch this morning. Here's a great one. The 1977 book Saturday Night Live, edited by Ann Beats and John Head, includes the complete script of the sketch. So if you buy that, you get the complete sketch as well as a message from Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, in which he completely praises the sketch. Roddenberry loved it so much, he considered the best of anything he'd ever seen before. What praise, right? Here's a great one. I was just watching this and I made a video. William Shatner was asked which Star Trek parody was his favorite. Belushi's impression, or later when Shatner went on SNL telling Star Trek fans known as Trekkies to get a life. He preferred Belushi's impression to his own appearance on SNL, saying, "I like Belushi's work as Kirk better than my own." So I guess he's kind of riffing in one way, but it was amazing. Again, that anchor, that Belushi's Kirk is the anchor of that sketch. All right, this is a great one. DeForest Kelley, who played Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy, this was a personal favorite of John Belushi. He loved that character. Belushi had offices on the same studio lot as Kelley. Now, when they were filming, I guess, the motion pictures, Kelley overheard Belushi discussing the sketch with William Shatner and said to them that he had not yet seen it. So DeForest Kelley had not seen the sketch. Belushi immediately escorted Kelley to his office on the lot so he could watch it on videotape. And that's awesome. And then later, he said he had trouble going back, this is DeForest Kelley, to act with William Shatner because he was laughing so much thinking about the Belushi's performance and the sketch. And this is a great poignant one. Belushi later gave Kelley a signed videotape of it. He wrote "Live Long and Prosper" on the tape. Kelley sent it later to his close friends because when Belushi died, he did not want to hold on to the memento, which brought up sad memories of his loss. So they had become pretty good friends, and DeForest was like, "No, I can't keep it. It's so sad." And finally, and this I remember vaguely maybe hearing years ago, but this is so cool. After it aired, Gene Roddenberry sent a letter to Elliot Gould, who was, he was in the sketch, Elliot Gould. He was the host that night. Roddenberry thanked the actor for the parody and said he would show it to other members of the Star Trek cast. Roddenberry called the sketch creatively designed with the light comedic touch necessary to pull off such an effective satire. Then later, Elliot Gould told The Hollywood Reporter the sketch success inspired Gene Roddenberry so much, it, it inspired him to create the first feature film version of his series, Star Trek The Motion Picture. You gotta love it. Now, obviously, Paramount went to Roddenberry, and that would have happened anyway. But I guess what Elliot Gould is saying, that when Roddenberry saw the sketch, he was so inspired to get back to, I guess, that writing again. Maybe he started doing notes, and that kind of led him to writing the motion picture. So there you go. Without the Saturday Night Live classic Star Trek sketch, we might not have had motion picture, or maybe not in the same vein, right? The same sort of story. So Roddenberry took that and it just inspired him. So what do you think? Are you a fan? I know everyone that I recommend the sketch to comes away with saying, this is great. I love this. I mean, there have been so many, dozens on SNL, dozens of Mad TV did a great one with Will Sasso. And Jim Carrey did Kirk on In Living Color. So, but there's something really special about the original 1976 Saturday Night Live sketch that not only captures Star Trek as a thing, as a phenomenon, but then it's so amazingly funny. And that's pretty hard to pull off. Either maybe you're a lot of chuckles. Like there's one with Shatner that he did later on Saturday Night Live. They turned the Enterprise into a restaurant, a seafood restaurant, and Dana Carvey comes on with Khan. It's great, but there's not a poignancy. There was like a drama and a poignancy to a melancholy almost vibe to the original 1976 SNL sketch. So what do you think? Give us your thoughts. Go watch it again. It's the best. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.